Welcome to Salisbury University on the Air, a program highlighting the people and activities of the campus. My name is Debbie Abbott. For the past quarter century, the community and Salisbury University have been making beautiful music together in the Salisbury Symphony Orchestra. This year, the orchestra celebrates its 25th anniversary season. Returning are some familiar faces as well as new faces. And here to tell us about what's in store this season is Dr. Jeffrey Schoyen, Music Director of the SSO, and Judy Jackson, co-chair of its 25th Anniversary Gala. Welcome, Jeff. So happy to have you on the program.
It's nice to be here, Debbie.
Thank you. Thank you. You know, 25 years is quite a milestone. What do you think has been the secret to the orchestra's success?
Well, I'd like to think that one of the reasons for the orchestra's success is that it's great music. Symphonic music is such a wonderful thing. But specifically for the Salisbury Symphony Orchestra, and maybe unwittingly, the marriage between the community and the university has really worked out. And especially nowadays when even large major orchestras are having financial problems, a situation like the one where we have here with the community and the university both being involved in this organization, we can play off one another's assets. So for instance, we use the university's space and the university's professors that play in the orchestra and conduct it, but we can also use community assets as well. So it's worked out very well for the orchestra.
It really has.
It really has.
The orchestra is comprised of a mix of musicians from the university and the community. And how likely is it that someone coming to an SSO concert might recognize their children's teacher or their dentist on stage?
It's very likely that they'll see someone that they know. It's one of the things that makes it very rewarding for me is that we have retired ministers on stage. Actually, we have a minister who's I think one of the most impressive things about him is that he has been a foster parent to over 300 children in his career. We have teachers, we have nurses, we have professors, we have professional musicians on stage. We have doctors who don't practice medicine anymore. We have, it just goes on, and it's so interesting to see all of these people from varied backgrounds come together and make great music.
Wow.
Yeah,
I realized there was a diverse group, but I'm very impressed.
Well, I mean, and they're the students as well. So we have, and we have actually a couple of high school students who play on the stage as well with us. So it's a very wide range, and I think it's a great opportunity for the students to sit sit beside maybe a medical doctor who has practiced medicine but who just can't live without music. So I think they learn something from that. So it's a neat experience.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. And you've been the SSO's music director and conductor since 2005. How has the orchestra changed since then?
Well, I believe the SSO has, with the sound, it has improved and become more like a single instrument. But I think more importantly, the SSO has become more self-reliant. We don't hire as many people from across the bridge to help us out. When the orchestra first started, I understand from the history that there were quite a few people would come down and even come down for rehearsals. So now we use more people that live right here in Salisbury. So I think that's actually a big step, and I've tried to keep it that way. Okay.
That sounds great. I think that's a wonderful thing if we have more local talent that is able to perform. That's fabulous. Fabulous.
Exactly, yeah.
And I understand your next concert is Vive la France. When and where is that?
Well, it's going to be February 26th at 7:30 in Holloway Hall. And there's actually a pre-concert talk at 6:30 and about the music, and I think that's in an adjoining hall. Specifics about that will come out later. But I really look forward to this concert. Yeah.
It sounds very exciting. What selections can we expect to hear, and is there a French sound or something recognizable about French music?
Well, well, I named the program Vive la France, and there's just French music is just fantastic music, and we're playing some pieces that are they're all French composers. Saint-Saëns, Organ Symphony. We're playing the Joyous March by Chabrier. We're playing some pieces by Satie, Eric Satie, and we're playing two compositions for flute or piccolo and orchestra, one by Chaminade and one by Demer. And generally, and it's not always true, but you think of the French sound as being kind of impressionistic, but it's not always like that. The Satie pieces that we're going to play are kind of very simple and melodic, and I think the simplicity comes from, there was an interest at the time, the turn of the century, around 1900, in things that were Asian. So these nice, simple but clear lines come from, if you can imagine, the Asian paintings and the drawings, comes from that, I believe. But also the color of sounds is very French. So you think of the impressionistic kind of fuzzy colors, but also it can come from the fact that they sometimes use two harps. And the Organ Symphony, Saint-Saëns uses organ, and he will sometimes use, there's a place for piano four hands. So if you think of Carnival of the Animals, there are lots for piano there. So it's very creative in terms of color of sound. So I think that's a very French thing, although it's hard to kind of nail it down. As a string player, we think of Frenchy sound as kind of a floaty sound. But I found that it's not always. There are times in the Saint-Saëns Symphony it sounds very much like Brahms. So it's they were complicated people, those French guys,
They are.
So you can't really pigeonhole them,
It wouldn't be fair.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't be fair.
Fantastic, fantastic. Well, Sarah Jackson, Principal Piccolo for the Los Angeles Philharmonic, returns as a guest performer for that concert. Can you tell us about her as a musician?
Well, I sure can. I think that we're really lucky to have her come out. First of all, Sarah is the principal piccolo, the piccolo player for the Los Angeles Philharmonic. And to a musician, that I was speaking to someone earlier, that it's like having a professional baseball player coming over and say, hey, yeah, I'll play that game with you guys. So it's the LA Phil is one of the, arguably probably one of the top 2 orchestras in the country, definitely top 5 orchestras, and so that's the kind of soloist we're having, and we're very lucky. As a musician, I've been wanting to have her come for a while, and it just turns out that this year, being the 25th anniversary, is a great time to have her come out. Before being a member of the LA Phil, she was with the Vancouver Symphony Orchestra for 10 years as assistant principal flute and piccolo. And I can just say that she's active as an educator and as a clinician, and she's toured all over the world, and I'm just excited about having her come out.
Yeah. We're very lucky.
We are.
Very lucky.
Very lucky.
And the SSO has another guest artist coming up for its annual spring concert in May, cellist Wesley Baldwin. What can you tell us about him?
Well, Wesley is the cello professor at University of Tennessee, of the Tennessee Vols. So the football team, the Vols, but I'm not sure if he goes to the games or not, but but he's a great cellist and a really fun guy. And we're doing a Russian program, and he's playing Tchaikovsky Rococo Variations and a couple of other pieces that Tchaikovsky wrote. And it so happens, Wesley's a very smart and interesting guy. And he, being a Russian program, I didn't even really even think about it, but Wesley has a Russian degree from Yale or Princeton, or one of those places. So he should know his Russian music, I guess, you know.
Boy, what a good choice.
Yeah, so it'll be lots of fun. We're going to play Borodin Symphony as well with the piece that we'll do with the orchestra, the big piece, so Borodin Second Symphony. So it's a big, heavy Russian program. And there will be a pre-concert talk then. We're trying to do some of those as well. So again, at 6:30. And there'll be more news out about that.
Oh,
Yeah.
very nice, very nice. Now, when is and where is that concert? Holloway Hall, I guess?
Well, that particular one on the May 14th, the one
May
with
14th.
Wesley Baldwin, the cellist, the Russian program, is May 14th at 7:30 in
Okay.
Holloway Hall.
Very good, thank
Yeah.
you. And how much are tickets to the SSO performances?
Well, I believe the ticket price is $20, but there's some, I think students can get in for $5, and there may be some other prices in there. I'm not terribly sure, but they should be on the website at school, or if you can call a particular number, which I could give, there will be information there as well.
Very good.
Can I give that number now?
Please.
The symphony number is 410-548-5587. Or you can go online to either the SSO site at the Salisbury University website, or I believe through the bookstore at the university. There's a little place there.
Very good. Now, how may a person reserve tickets? Are those the two venues for reserving
Those
them?
are the two venues for reserving tickets. Yeah.
Because once this plays, I think everybody's going to want to reserve a ticket.
That'll be great.
Very good. Well, thank you, Jeff.
Thanks for having me, Debbie.
It sounds like we're in for a real musical treat. And
We sure are.
I think so. And now, here is a look at activities scheduled on the campus in March. next guest is Judy Jackson, co-chair of the orchestra's 25th anniversary gala coming up in March.
Yes.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Nice to have you on the program.
Thank you for having me.
Now, a gala is a pretty exciting thing. When and where will the event take place?
Oh, the event will take place March 19th at the University Commons and in the Dorchester Room, and it starts at 6 o'clock to 10 p.m., and the tickets are for sale.
Very good. It sounds fun.
Yeah, we bet.
What kind of entertainment can we expect?
We have harp and string for the cocktail hour, featuring some of our famous symphony people. During dinner, we have one of the doctors that Jeff Schoyen talked about playing piano for dinner for us, and then we have dancing to the jazz guys.
Wow, that sounds wonderful.
I think so. I think it's going to be fun.
Now, what types of food will you be serving?
We have 4 choices. We have a chicken dish, we have filet mignon, we have an Eastern Shore crab cake, and we have a vegetarian choice, so no one can feel left out. And of course, death by chocolate for dessert.
Excellent.
Yes.
Now, how much are the tickets?
The tickets are $125 for a single individual ticket. However, there are tables available. Tables for 8 are for $875, $875, and the table for 10 is $1,125. And you will find, if you do the math, you get a seat free in that if you buy a table.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Free is good.
Yeah, yes. Proceeds benefit the SSO?
Yes, indeed.
Very good.
Yeah.
And do you have any sponsorship opportunities?
Well, yes, we do. Public Radio Delmarva has stepped up to the plate and is just wonderful and is doing in-kind advertising for us, which will be invaluable. It's just so much advertising that'll be absolutely wonderful. And the Peter and Judy Jackson Music Performance Fund is another sponsor for the concert, for the gala.
Oh, that sounds great. That sounds great. Now, during my interview with Dr. Schoyen a few minutes ago, we mentioned that Sarah Jackson will be a guest performer with the SSO in February, and our audience may not know that Sarah is your daughter.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little about her musical background?
Well, as growing up, I think Jeff covered her professional, the professional area really well. Growing up, life was always really a whole lot of fun. Music all over the place. We would have the kids in. They would do a lot of rehearsals. We never knew whether we were rehearsing for a musical performance or for a play or for a drama. We had it in our living room, and it was fun. Sarah was a tenacious young lady when it came to practicing. She practiced for 4 hours a day on her own, and nothing got in the way.
Wow, what a commitment.
Oh yes, she's been committed since the beginning. She picked up the flute and that was it.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great. And of course, you and your husband, Dr. Peter Jackson, have always been patrons of the arts. What is it about the SSO that keeps you and your family involved?
I think, for one thing, it's a passion. For another, for symphonic music, we've always had the wonderful joy of being in big cities and having a symphony to go to. Here in Salisbury, we were just delighted that there was a symphony, and we decided we had to help it, because if somebody didn't help it, music costs a lot of money.
It does.
It does.
It does. And and if you love something, you want to try to help.
Yes, yes. And have it right in our own backyard. That's kind of neat.
It's very neat,
Yeah.
but I do thank you. You
Oh.
both have been so good to the arts.
Thank you.
Are there some sponsorship opportunities available at this time?
There certainly are. The sponsorships are $5,000 apiece, and we can have as many sponsors as you wish. And would certainly be welcome and certainly benefit the Salisbury Symphony Orchestra.
Well, we are really excited about the 25th Anniversary Gala, and we really look forward to it.
Oh, great, great.
And is there a phone number if someone has a question and wants to
There
pose
is.
it?
I will give you one number, but the public radio may have another number for their advertisements. The number I will give you for right now is 410-548-5587. And the invitations have not gone out yet, so if you're on the symphony patron list, you would have been included in the invitation list. But otherwise, if you just want to come, we'd be delighted to have you.
Absolutely. Invitation, an open
Good
invitation.
invitation to come and have a good time.
And eat very well.
Oh, yes.
Let's just remind our guest the date for the gala is?
Certainly. March 19th. It's a Saturday evening. It will cocktail hour begins at 6. We have said nominally until 10, but I don't think we will roll up the sidewalks if people are staying. It's at the Salisbury University Commons in the Dorchester Room.
Sounds very, very nice. Thank you, Judy.
You're welcome.
The 25th Anniversary Gala sounds like a great way to celebrate great community and university collaboration. I'd like to thank my guest, Dr. Jeffrey Schoyen, Music Director and Conductor of the Salisbury Symphony Orchestra, and Judy Jackson, Co-Chair of the orchestra's 25th Anniversary Gala. I'm Debbie Abbott, and this has been Salisbury University on the Air. Thank you for watching.